This is lesson 9, and a lot of it has to do with the placement of numbers. As an example, if you were to have the numbers in the 369 area, which is called the headline, the person, if that were filled up, would have extremely clear thinking. Now, sometimes in some birthdays, the numbers, they only have like 5 numbers. Let's say February the 1st, 1950, would only have 5 numbers. So if 2 or 3 numbers are up here on top, even if one of these spaces is blank, it's a very strong line because they have so few numbers. Whereas if somebody had 8 numbers, like December 11th, 1951 or something, and they only had 2 up there, it wouldn't be as strong, but at least they had 2 on the top and not 1 or not empty. Sometimes you see all zeros. So headline means that the person is clear thinking. Now, if the 2 out of 3 boxes are full, the point of confusion would be whatever the missing box represents. Now, the line going up in the 1, 2, 3 column is called the politician's arrow. It's somebody that's extremely organized and they're very diplomatic. Now, if they have a lack of numbers, they're unorganized and they're not very tactful. So either they have a plus or a minus of any of these attributes or deficiencies. Then you have the heart line, which is basically 2, 5, 8, which is right across the center, and the 2nd, the 5th, and the 8th column. And a heart line means that they feel connected to other people when the numbers are placed there. When you add up the achievement, the day of the month and the month that they're in, and add it to the current year and then the current month or whatever, it will show you where they are and how connected they are emotionally with people around them. And that's why we say emotionally connected. Now, the line going up the center, which is 4, 5, 6, right down the middle, 4, 5, and 6, is willpower and determination. And when that's filled up, a person is kind of guiding themselves. But when it's devoid of numbers or very weak, it means that they're trying to satisfy other people rather than themselves. So their actions are really either for the behalf or on the behalf or under the control of other people. Now, the bottom arrow, which is the bottom line, which is 1, 4, 7, which is the whole bottom row, is physical and monetary things. The ancients believed that if you were physically fit, you were capable of making or earning money or keeping money. So those are major arrows. Now, whenever you see dual numbers, which I was discussing before, like if you see 2 1s, it's a person that sees both sides of an issue. A lot of times you'll see 3 or 4 1s in a birthday, like December the 10th or 11th, 1951, whatever, and they have a lot of 1s. The person's very money-oriented, and they draw money to themselves. But when you draw money to yourself, it can also include saving money on things. Now, this arrow that comes across from the top, which is 9, 5, 1, is the arrow of strength. That means the person feels like they're in control of things when this is a very strong line. Either strong because all the different segments are full, are strong because they only have a few numbers, but of a few numbers, quite a few are there on that line. Or else it's an arrow of weakness, which means they don't feel in control of things. Now, the one down here is emotional balance, and that's from the top left to the middle to the bottom right, which is 3, 5, 7. And when that is a very strong line, they don't really feel suspicious of other people. They feel that things are in order and whatever. But if the line is weak, they feel like they can't trust people around them. They can't depend on people around them. And they're very suspicious of people around them. There's my card and my name. It says Metaphysics Instructor, Alan Venturella. Now, like I said, this is lesson 9. And 2 5s, I don't know if I mentioned it before, is the person that does excesses. They used to call it pleasures of the flesh. They sleep too much, or drink too much, or eat too much, or overindulge in medicine, drugs, drinking, sex. Anything that has to do with overindulgence is a tendency. And anybody with 2 numbers, other than I would say ones, which are very common, like if they have 2 5s or 2 2s, they have a kind of a duality about them. They can go this way or that way, and they're very strong. Like with Mercury, it's the 5s, and of course, if somebody has 2 5s, and the 5s wind up in the 5th house, which is the house of Mercury, it's even more accentuated. Well, this will end this segment. Well, take care now.